right, so we mentioned you lived in Greenville this whole time, and a lot of stories happened in Greenville. I mean, Greenville was the hotbed for freestyle for many years. What's one of your probably favorite, craziest riding stories from Greenville, as far as something either you saw happen, or somebody maybe came to town, or something that was just filmed just to get done in town?
Crazy story, huh?
Or is it the craziest trick?
Man, I don't know, Steve, because there's been so much going on. There's just so much that's ever happened in the last 20 years.
That's true. I mean, with that and just having the level of talent there, it was almost kind of like every day something else new, big happened, and it kind of all blended in together.
Yeah, it's all. I mean, the only thing that really stands out, if I had to pick something, was like Destroyer Fest that Famberg had in his house.
Right.
Especially Destroyer Fest 2 after Winkleman's death, with a demolition derby at a house.
They drove a car on the Fox jump.
Yeah, I mean, there's just so much that happened in Greenville. I can't even.
There was always something crazy riding wise. Like, I mean, being there when Dave tail tapped that ladder that time, and we were just like, how the hell do you do that? And that was just a photo session that Lostley set up in the backyard. Sidebar to that story: when that photo shoot was happening, Laird and I were at the time working together, and we were on the way to Mira's house to ride. And I had this old pickup truck, and Laird was in the passenger seat. And we were at a little two-way stop in Winterville, about 5 miles from Dave's house. And I was waiting at the intersection. We were all like geared up, wanting to go ride, and we're so psyched. And I pulled out, and this Mexican T-boned me. Like, it was totally my fault. And it hit the car so hard it rocked out. The truck rocked on its side. It blew the windshield. He blew the windshield out, the side window. My hand came off the steering wheel, punched Laird in the face. The truck literally landed. Goes crash, lands down, and I'm like, and we both looked at each other and went, "The bikes!" Because our bikes were in the back of the truck. That's the only thing we were worried about. This Mexican's got his face plowed into the steering wheel, like he's out cold, bleeding, and we're checking out our damn bicycles in the back.
Well, I remember when we hit, you were stuck on your side because it hit driver's side.
Oh yeah, he plowed right into my door.
And then we got out and varied the situation. I was like, why in the fuck does the side of my face hurt? I couldn't put it together at first. And then he goes, well, my hand kind of hurts.
Because it wasn't on the side where you would have hit your door window.
No,
right, yeah.
This side is hit, his left side's hurting, and my right hand's hurting.
So we crash bikes all the time, so we're used to crashing and shit, and we get out just fine. But I'm like, damn, my face. Why does my face hurt?
So then the cops end up showing up, and what was funny was we're sitting there, and this other car full of Mexicans pulls up, and they run over, and the guy comes back to consciousness, and they're talking to him a second, and those other guys all kind of looked at each other, and they jumped in their car and took off, and left the dude there, right? So the cops all show up, they cart this guy off in an ambulance, and I walk up to the cop, and I'm like, hey, 'cause I pulled out of a stop sign. It was totally my fault. And I walked up, and I'm like, what I need to sign, my ticket or whatever, and he's like, don't worry about it, man. We're not going to ticket you. This Mexican was not supposed to be on the road. He had no license, nothing. And they're like, you're good. No, woo, we're out of here. Literally jumped in another car, drove over to Dave's, and got the witness.
Pulled out in front of somebody. Got 2 cars totaled.
Dude goes to the hospital in a stretcher, and he's like, listen, dude, you're good. Okay, you're all good.
You have a license. It's only suspended, but at least you have a
30 minutes later, we're back at the damn ramp.
We're following him to the hospital. We're going to arrest him after he's okay.
How did we get to the ramp?
I had my other car still, I think. Or somebody picked this up. No, my girlfriend picked this up and dropped us off over there, I think.
With the peppy 3
we continued with the session.
Yeah, we literally got there and got to witness the tail tap on the ladder and stuff. It was like, every time I see that clip, I'm like, I know where I was at 30 minutes before that. I was punching Laird in the face. I mean, that, and I think that story, and then the other time it sticks out was when you first moved to Greenville, and we were street riding with Losi, shooting photos, and we got in a big chase with the police, and I just remember cranking through campus, and Laird yells at me in the back. He goes, "I'm right behind you," because he didn't really know the town. He just moved to Greenville. Chase? No, this is just on. It was a nice day, nice weather out, and the last thing I said to him was, "Dude, I'm not going to jail. Like, we're out of here. Just stay with me." And this cop pulled in between, split us, and I went one way, and Laird went the other. 50-50 shot. He chased Laird. The next thing I know, we're down at the jail, bailing Laird out there. And the best part about that whole thing was 2 weeks prior to Laird getting into chase and getting arrested for trespassing, Marty got thrown in jail because he had beat this guy up in a bar. And
I remember that one.
yeah. So, well, the funny part about that was he goes to court and he basically said, "Well, you don't have everything to do today. You have to come back in a couple weeks." So Marty's like, cool. I got a free afternoon. He takes off, goes back to the skate park, tries an ice pick on the sub box, wrecks, eats shit. Peg hits him in the mouth and knocks all his front teeth out. And they're just jagged teeth. And of course, Mr. Laird here, being the man he is, what the fuck, dude? You look like you've been chewing on rocks. You know, fucking pirate, you know. So we're all like, oh shit, Laird's just relentlessly chewing Marty down on this. So we're all in our head thinking, Marty's this little dude. He got to fight with this big bouncer guy. He's not going to, nothing's going to happen. So Marty ends up getting thrown in jail because we're before he goes back to court, we're like, well, look at the bright side, dude. If you go to jail, nobody's going to want you to suck their dick because your teeth are all fucked up. So we go down there 2 weeks later. We're bailing Laird out of jail while Marty's in the jail. So both of them are technically in jail at the same time. And I remember asking Mike, I was like, "See Marty in there? Did you try to suck your dick?" Because he's in jail with these fucked up, jagged teeth and shit. But you just got in the booking part. They never actually put you in a cell.
I got arrested twice for trespassing on the ECU campus, and both times my good old friends came and got me before I got in behind bars. So
trespassing meaning riding.
Yeah.
Well, the first time I was eluding an officer and trespassing. The second time was second-degree trespassing. Falling mirror. We were cutting through street riding late at night. It's cut through campus. I'm like, no, I'm banned from campus. No, man, we're just cutting through.
Fuck it, they'll never notice you.
All right, Dave, we'll just cut through. It was like 9 o'clock at night.
And nobody else got caught but you?
No, the two mountain bike police right there, and of course people jumping up manually on the brick ledges and stuff as we're cutting through. So the mountain bike cops pulled us over, and I knew it right away.
As soon as you told them who you were, they were like,
"Oh yeah,
come on,
yep, you're coming with us." Like,
yeah, those are the old days before you dropped your BMXer, and they'd be like, "Let me escort you home."
Yeah, but even then, I mean, those guys, they weren't the Greenville police. The Greenville police would probably let you go.
Yeah, I realized the first time I got arrested on campus was they were just another form of state police.
Yeah.
So I didn't know that. I thought they were just like
rent-a-cops.
Rent-a-cops. So yeah, in Virginia Beach, boy, we run from rent-a-cops. We call it rent-a-cops on ourselves, run away from just to have something to do on a Friday night. And and we got busted by those guys, and I didn't think it was serious. And so they started chasing me the first time, doing donuts.
Oh, it was a pretty crazy pursuit. It was Buford T. Justice would have been proud of this pursuit. It was.
You mean so eventually the ECU cops would just help the BMXers out?
No, never got to that point.
Is that what you were talking about?
Well, no, I've heard a couple stories.
The Greenville police literally have pulled people over before that were well known in the BMX world.
Yeah,
and basically like
pull them over for like
get their license and go, get home safe, man. Don't drive like that. You know what I mean? Like
keep bringing us people.
Yeah. But
that's awesome.
Not for me.
Wow. Speaking of cars,
Worked for me.
one of my other favorite good stories was the Durango that you so badly wanted for a long time. And remember, you talked about that Durango, and we were on the deck of the mini ramp at JC one day, and I looked up and I was like, see this Durango coming down the road, and I said, man, Mike, there's one of those Durangos like you like. And you turned around and you're like, yeah, that's the fucking one I want right there, you know. And Durango pulls up to the gate of the skate park, and you kind of got this look in your face like, who the fuck's driving that thing? And the door opened up, and it was Mira, and he was like, and you were just like, you motherfucker! And you just jumped all in your shit because he bought the exact, and he was like, yeah, you were talking about it, so I went and looked at it, and I thought it was pretty cool, so.
Good old Dave.
Yeah. And then he probably kept it, 6 or 8 weeks and traded it or something? If that. I mean, there was a point, those guys had to be breaking it off on him at the dealership. Like, oh, here it comes again, what are we going to sell him today, you know?
Dude, that dude went through so many cars just for the hell of it.
But it was just the best purchase that I saw was the time when he bought the Durango that he badly wanted.
He wanted to see what all the hype was about.
Yep.
He didn't get the RT though. He got the regular.
Yeah, he got the Durango, but still, just the fact that it was a Durango. All the cars out there, he bought the fucking Durango.
He's like, Larry, it is an animal in the snow though, man.
The only person I've ever met that would take a G-Wagon mudslinging.
Yeah, that's not the brightest decisions. You know, the best part about that was...
No, he put cheap gas
Yeah.
Oh, did he?
in that G-Wagon.
Did he really?
Yes, he did.
So you want to pay for the premium.
Yeah.
You know what?
But you
Like
wouldn't
an
do it.
87 every time.
Spark knocking his way through Greenville.
Those engines require, it was AMG.
Yeah.
You put premium in it. Not Dave. He put the cheap. He told me that. I was just like, you gotta be kidding me. I put premium in the Durango. You know?
Like he was hurting for money too.
Yeah, exactly. That's how tight he was.
Well, kind of wrapping this up, where do you see Laird Frame going in the next couple of years? I mean, you can try and stay with what you're doing now, focusing on that precision and quality rather than quantity?
I'll definitely. Quality is obviously my first and utmost priority. Like I said earlier, I don't know what day to day brings. I live to the moment. One day I'll wake up, I'll decide to do this or that. You know, it's a slow, steady growth. I've definitely been growing month to month, so I want to do more. But I'm also a one-man show when it comes to the fabrication, so it's only so much I can do. But we'll see. I never know what the future brings.
What number are you on now?
I just wrapped up 314 yesterday.
Of all the things you've done in your life, what do you think the most important job / position you've ever held is? Because I know what it is, but you got to think about it. So,
As far as life?
just
in
as far as
general?
life,
Oh, that's being a dad.
that's it,
Man, I love being a father.
and it shows. Trust me.
It's one of the things I put it on hold because I had a BMX career and I knew I traveled a lot and stuff, but I wish I would have done it sooner so she could get to see me. It's kind of a selfish way of thinking, but see me in my prime, if you will, But now I can focus on my time with her and stuff, so it's awesome.
That's great. Well, we're going to wrap this up. This was episode number 2 of Whiskey, Sex, and BMX. I'd like to thank my esteemed guest today, Mr. Paul Murray, Anthony Brogdon, and we had Don Wygen in here at one point, and Ron Lesniewski, and of course our guest today, Mike Laird. You can hit him up on Instagram,
Mike_Laird.
and is that the same thing for Laird Frames?
It's just I don't have an Instagram for Laird.
Okay, I didn't know if it was 2 separates or not on that. So cool. Hit him up on Instagram. Take a look at the amazing work. He's got the website, which is
LairdFrame.com.
that's where you can custom order your bike right there. Thanks a lot for listening in today, and we'll have another episode soon.